Welcome to the It's Your Game podcast, man. Today I have a special guest. Well, two. I have Chen and I have Percy.
What is up?
They also have a podcast. It's called Me and My Homegirls. Make sure you guys go check it out. It's on Spotify, all right?
It is, yes.
Yeah, this is so exciting.
Yeah. Said, hey, light. Hey, camera. No, I'm just kidding.
As you can tell, the energy is mad great, man. How you guys doing today?
Go off.
I'm good. I'm really good. Went out last night and was a little pop star, so I'm feeling that. But I feel really good. I'm really excited to be here. Well, be with you.
Yeah, thank you, man. Chen?
I am feeling fantastic. I had a great night out last night. Didn't sleep as much as I wanted to. That's okay. Sleep is for when I'm dead. And now we're just here, you know? It was like sprinkling, so my mood was kind of down for a second, but the sun, I see it now. She's kind of coming out. Yes, but I'm excited to be here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm excited to do this. It's cool.
I'm great, man. I'm great. I'm glad to be here too. We tried to do this before.
Yes.
Yeah, right? We did.
And then for some reason it just didn't happen. But I wanted to make sure that I got you guys on the podcast, right? Because
for sure.
You guys have a podcast, and I think people that actually create are the dopest, right? Because we talked a little bit about it before even Chen came here. It was like, man, just like be out there just creating, you know, not necessarily consuming everything that you see. Be one to put something out there. So with that, right, like how did you guys get into podcasting?
That's a really good question. I really don't I just remember it was a very simple conversation between us, and then like that same night we were just like, okay, and we recorded a pilot on our phones.
We did. I will say how it kind of started was I had made a podcast by myself. It's called You Are Here. I only did 2 episodes, sadly, but it was I was going through a lot of things. It was back when I was in Korea, and I don't know, I think I had a lot of growing that I was doing that I really wanted to share and spread to other people that were probably in similar situations. So I started the You Are Here, which is like my tattoo, You Are Here. So I started that, and then me and P were just talking about it one day because I was telling him I really enjoyed it, I really liked it, and podcast was becoming a really a big thing and is right now. So that's when we just got together. We're like, you know what? Let's just try it out and see what happens. And like he said, we really did a whole podcast. It was really good and stuff, but we learned a lot from it. And then from that, we were like, I don't know, our conversations are very genuine and just, I don't know, authentic. So we're like, let's just do it. So we did it.
Yeah. And even when we go like back and forth on like small things, like that's just how we are. So I was like, we might as well just go ahead and do it. So
how long you guys known each other, man? Because you guys is dynamic. It speaks like you guys have known each other for years, like over decades.
5 years now.
5 years. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's a long time. It's a very long time for a friendship, right?
I would say for sure. But we really didn't even know each other like that 5 years ago. Honestly, I think us coming here, we were just really, both of us were just really open to get to know each other more and be closer, and that's exactly what we did. Because we really weren't as close. We were around the same friend group and we would be together, but it wasn't as in-depth. So coming here was an opportunity for us to grow our friendship.
And Percy, you were in Korea too as well?
No, this is back when we were in North Dakota.
Okay, so you guys were in the schoolhouse together? Or
it was it? No.
It was just like our first day. Our schoolhouse is back in Texas, but we met at our
at the live studio station, and then you guys came out here. You guys knew you guys were coming out here together, or that just kind of sort of happened?
Yeah, I think. Did I hit you up or did you hit me up?
No, so I remembered you were coming because when I got my like assignment here, she had already had her assignment, but I left first. But so when she goes to Korea,
I had my follow-on already.
Yeah, her follow-on was here, but I was already going to be here when she got here, so.
And he, like, remembered. Because I remember there was a time I was in Korea, I think you hit me up, and you're like, when are you coming? And I was like, oh, yeah.
So it was just like, and then when she got here in November last year, we just linked up and, like, the craziness started there, honestly.
You're just inseparable from there.
Yeah,
that's absolutely awesome, man. You guys have any plans to like try to link up after leaving here? I know we talked, Percy. I know you're leaving here pretty soon.
Yes.
Oh my god, he is.
You about to cry, right? Yeah.
Listen, I'm so excited. It's terrible that we're gonna separate, right?
Yeah.
But I'm a firm believer in like relationships that last are the ones that can go through like distance.
Yeah.
So
that's
I have a lot of friends that I'm long distance, that we have like a lot of distance between us.
We do.
But like we're still like good friends, if that makes sense. So,
yeah, like one of my like best friends literally pulled up to Okinawa, and the three of us got together like we used to back in North Dakota, and that was a lot of fun. You know, but yeah, all our friends, we all just separate, you know, especially being in this career field that we have. Yeah. You get used to separating, being in different areas, but you make stuff work. So
yeah, definitely a con of being in the military atmosphere. You meet really great people, and then
and then you have to like let go.
Yeah.
That's the worst part. Yeah. Like I hate saying bye to people. Or not even bye, just I hate saying see you later. Because like I don't want to see you later, I want to see you now.
Facts.
Yeah. And like I don't know, I'm sensitive in that sense too. Like when I meet genuine people, like I fall in love, and you know what I mean. Like once I have love for you, that's it. Like I gotta say goodbye, then I start tearing up. And, like, you know, it just.
It's good to have those raw like emotions, though. You know, like it's real, genuine, and I'm really glad. So you're a type of person that feels your emotions. You would say.
Absolutely.
I really value that.
Yeah, true. Like I cry all the time, and I talk about it like it's perfectly normal. I think you should cry. You gotta be able to let it out.
Yes.
Yeah, you should, Pookie.
Get off
you
me.
Should cry. You should cry.
See, I'm different. Like nothing wrong with crying in my eyes, right? Yeah. But I'm not the very emotional type, if that makes sense.
God, we're so opposites in that aspect.
Yes. Not even by yourself.
I cried a few weeks ago though when my friends left. Like I literally sat in the airport and started crying.
Those were his like besties from back home. Yeah.
It was so random, but like the way I bounced back, I was like, all right, let me get up and go to this damn concert.
No, literally. He'll shut it down. So like if he does feel any emotion, he'll shut it down so quickly. He'll like open up just to tap it and he'll be like, oh yep, it's done. It's canceled. I'm like, all right. Shit. Yeah. I guess I have to wait till next year, damn.
But that balances us out though, I feel like, because she can feel it for me. If that makes sense. Like
I like that perspective.
She's very, and nothing's wrong with it, right? But she's very like she's so into her emotions, and sometimes I'm just like, girl, let it go.
And we've gotten into it a couple times too, which I don't think is bad. But I'll vocalize. I'm a very vocal person. Words affirmation, like I said. I'll vocalize to him.
Buy me gifts.
Yeah, and I'll tell him like, you know, because I think. You know, he's used to a lot of people, I think, that are similar to him. But I'm very, like, bold, and I don't know, I do feel a lot. So it can be annoying in a sense because I don't think he's really used to it sometimes. But girl, I'll cry. I'll be all. Sometimes I don't even try to be dramatic, but I just really want to. Like I just feel so much, you know. And like me trying to express that sometimes, especially if I feel so strongly or so passionate about it. Like you'll see, like even me now, like I'm very passionate when I talk. Like the Hispanics coming out, not the mic hand, but this other hand, you know. So yeah, but we definitely got into our little things, but it's a good balance, you know. It's a good balance. I like it. There's a good dynamic.
Does it ever reach a point where it's like I need to be away from you for like a week on both ends?
Ooh, answer that. That's a good question.
No, I don't think we've ever. Because if I need a break from you, I'm gonna tell you. Actually, no, I'm not gonna tell you. But I don't think we've ever had that.
I don't think it was intentionally like. I don't think it was ever said. But I think on my end, I think for sure I'll take my alone time for a little bit.
Yeah.
But I don't have to necessarily say that because our schedules are different. So naturally I will get my alone time from him. Like example, sometimes I work the weekends. He usually has the weekends off. So if I'm working, he's off, I'm already not seeing him. So that's already my time away from him. So unintentionally, I think if I do like need that space, I get it regardless with my work schedule. So
okay.
But I would say I am like that. I really value my time with people, and sometimes I'm like, okay, you know, I need my time for myself. And there's been several times where I've just been by myself. We'll have the day off, but we'll have our own different plans and stuff, and I'm totally cool with that. So
yeah. And Percy, in regards to shutting off emotions, what do you feel like that stems from?
I think it comes from my childhood, and like I used to be in therapy, but I stopped going because it became a lot. Like that's when I was feeling the most, and it was kind of overwhelming for me. But I don't think my therapist was understanding that. Like I was like, hey, this is a little much for me to be talking about the things that I've gone through and the things I've seen, right? But she just wasn't. She was just going like not going in on me intentionally, but like I feel like she was trying to get to a point that I just wasn't ready to be at. But it's never like there's never like any malicious like intent behind how I am with my emotions. Like somebody could be crying, right, and I can cater to you, right? But
girl, just leave his ass. That's what you would say. Girl, just leave his ass.
No, okay. There's some, you know.
Girl, because you really have had people come to you and said, girl, just leave his ass. I'm like, child, they're not even talking about nobody.
Damn. There's always, I don't know how to explain it. Like there's a line where like I can feed into like people's stuff, right? Yeah. But like if you're crying over something that I really just can't help you with, I'm so sorry. Like I really wouldn't know what to do.
Or relate to, or no?
Or relate to, yes.
Yeah.
Like one time this girl like was clearly crying about something that she put herself in, and I'm like, there's no other way that I can tell you that you put yourself in this without being or sound like a bitch. So I'm just not gonna say anything at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I think it really does stem from my childhood, and you know, we're working at it to be better. Because I do want to, you know, heal.
You want to get better. You want to grow.
Yeah.
So what I'm getting from it kind of stems from trauma. Is that safe to say?
Yes.
Yeah. In the sense of cutting off emotion. And then for you, Chen, what would you feel like you're over, you know, not necessarily, it's not exaggeration, right? Because this is exactly how you're feeling.
Yeah.
You don't want to ever feel like you're exaggerating your feelings, right? But to others, it might seem as like you're probably doing a little bit too much, or you're just a little bit too emotional. Where do you feel like that comes from?
So back then I used to hold my emotions. I never expressed myself. I was a liar. I was like inside, like I was just never real with myself and how I felt ever. And because of that, with the growth that I've done for myself, I realized I was neglecting myself in that aspect, because it was like, I don't know, like you're you, right? And what matters is you. So your thoughts, your like everything. And when I wasn't doing that, it was turning into anger. So I had a lot of anger back then. And so for me, my result now to feel better about myself, right, is I am a priority within myself, and it's important to validate my own feelings and to just be open and vulnerable about that. Because I disliked the person I was back then when I was hiding and lying and like it was just bottling everything up, you know? And it wasn't fair to myself, because I would just feel so shitty about myself. And I don't want to feel that way. Like the right people around me and that I continue to have in my life know the person I am. And in a way, I think that they value that. They don't ever try to change me. Regardless, right, they may not be used to it like P, or it may be annoying sometimes, but I think regardless, they value that, because it takes a lot for someone to be as vocal about how they feel. Yeah. And so, but I do think the relationships I do hold or try to have is hard for me, because I feel in today's society, there's not a lot of people who are open to the conversations and the vulnerability and stuff like that. A lot of people tend to shut down and whatnot. So, but yeah.
So you mentioned bottling your feelings, your emotions, and kind of who you are, and kind of opening it up. Is it safe to say, is that in regards to like your sexuality?
It was that too.
Yeah. But it was a part of it, but it wasn't necessarily.
It wasn't the whole thing. It was just my whole life. You know, everyone has their own backgrounds. Yeah. And, you know, I'm not saying my background's like, everyone has their own background, so I'm never gonna compare it to anybody else's. Yeah. But I had my own problems and stuff to deal with, and a lot of it was family, friendships, in-depth relationships. But I will say I was closeted and I never vocalized. And you know what? That'll do it every time. Wait a second. I'm so sorry.
She has to grab food. It's fine. You could actually do me a favor while you're up too, just so, because we're a one-man show, when you come back, just flip the screen.
Flip the screen?
Yeah, on the camera, just so I can make sure that it is recording. Right.
So random.
Yeah, she's grabbing food.
Wait, how do you turn the screen like this?
You should, It's okay. It's okay. I know it's recording. I see the red light. It's okay. I can see it now. It's good.
It's okay. Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
No, you're good.
I do want to say, because now the more I think about it, anytime, or not even anytime, that I'm in a situation where people are like being vulnerable, and it's like, it's almost like my turn to talk about something, right? That is like the easiest way to get me to leave or go somewhere. Like, cause like,
that's facts.
I never ever, well, not never ever. It's been a few months since I've like talked about some like real personal stuff. And I think the last time I did, like, I was in a terrible mood for about 3 weeks. And then literally, whenever I talk about some of my trauma, I literally will not sleep. Like, it's that bad.
Yeah, so we definitely don't want to bring that up.
Yeah, so I think that's the main reason. Like, I will not.
We definitely don't want to bring that up.
I will not sleep. I won't do like life just is not normal at that point for me. I feel like so.
Yeah, we don't want to bring that up at all. Yeah, we want to avoid that. We want Percy to get his beauty sleep.
Please.
Yeah, we're not gonna be trauma. We're not gonna make this a sad podcast.
Yeah.
No.
Yo,
trust me, life is great right now.
Yeah. Regardless, though, I'm proud of him and his growth because even in our podcast, Me and My Homegirl, the podcast.
Yeah, plug it for the 5 people that's gonna watch it.
Go.
No, hey, don't do it, bro. You'd be surprised, No, I mean, he's opened up a lot. And so I am proud of you, and I've said it before, Pookie, but you're doing a lot of good things.
Yeah, I
appreciate it.
And for you, I mean, how do you like feel about the whole thing? Like you said that you pretty much kind of in tune with your emotions, you feel things.
Yeah. Okay, so what's the question exactly?
Does the relationship that you make, is it hard for you to have closeness like with other people in relationships?
No,
it's fine.
I tend to get along with everyone pretty well, right? I don't.
Yeah, you're really mellow. I love it.
Yeah, I love like your aesthetic and the way you are. Like
literally.
Yeah, thank you. No, I grew up fairly well in this. Things probably got a little bit rough as I started to get older, probably around 15, 16. But other than that, I grew up around a lot of women. Most of the household was just all women. I probably grew up in a house with like 4 or 5 women.
Really?
Yeah. So it was kind of cool, you know what I mean? Getting that perspective and everyone, being around women is the best, right? Because they tend to be caring and take care of you and just kind of have a different perspective. So growing up was cool. I didn't necessarily have too much. There's always trauma there, but it's not anything that I kind of want to stick. Just for me in my life right now, I just want to be able to grow. Right.
I love that.
Every day I want to seek growth and just how can I be better? Right. If I grew up with a specific mindset, especially being from the Caribbean, I think a lot of our people could be very closed-minded, right? And it's not necessarily their fault. It's just kind of the way that it's closed off from the rest of the world.
I like that perspective.
Kind of be like indoctrinated into the sense of like what their reality is. And I was very fortunate enough to like get out from a young age and be able to travel, so I knew there was a whole other world out there
to see and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So I was meeting people from all different backgrounds and different experiences. It was easy for me to realize that like dude, like the world is mad huge and like people are mad different and your way isn't necessarily right or wrong. It's like this is just how other people decide to live their life, and you should be able to respect that, right? At first, everyone is a human being, regardless of anything else. They're human beings, so just treat them like that. So I try to live like that.
I really, really, really like that you said that. I think, especially with our career field, with everyone, like you said, different backgrounds, everything like that, I have to remind myself, because I have a different upbringing than, P. So our whole background is completely different. How we handle things, how we,
Very.
Yeah. But it just comes to show, the difference of what you were surrounded in.
Yeah.
But again, that's why I think it's so important to vocalize, right? Because I don't think there's necessarily a right or wrong way of doing things, like you said. Like, none of us know shit, if I'm being honest. We're all just trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
And when you really put that to your head, you're like, okay, like, all right, let's move up with it. So, but yeah, that's why I think communication is so important, right? Because you'll have someone like P who's completely different. And like I was telling you earlier, he'll get into conflict, I would say, definitely more often than me. But I think that's where it's important to have those conversations and like a boundary, right? Like, hey, I know that you may have handled a situation like this, but do you think we can meet in the middle? Maybe like have a boundary,
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't need to go all the way to how you're used to it, but like, let's just, because we're 2 different people, and it may make me uncomfortable. And again, like, I'm not hating on him and how he handles things, and vice versa, but again, that's just how you were brought up. But he won't know unless it's brought up to him, because he only knows what he knows.
Yeah.
So that's the great value in having the perspective that you have, that open-mindedness to life and different people, and then communication, right? But it's also being able to express and someone being able to actually understand you.
Listen.
Yeah, just listen, understand. I used to be really bad back then with not being able to listen to people. Like, it was just in one ear, out the other. But taking time to, okay, let me literally actually listen to what you're saying and go from there. But yeah, I'm really glad you said all those things.
Yeah, I love that.
It takes a level of maturity for sure, right? Depending on who you're speaking with, like,
it's just hard to find sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, it very much is. But that's why when you do find people that could have mature conversations, or you could confront and be like, hey, I didn't necessarily like when you did this, like, can you hear me out? That's important to be able to keep those people around you, right? Because that enhances your life. It makes your life a little bit better. One, you got to actually express how you feel, and two, you didn't end up losing a friend because you expressed how you feel, because he was mature enough to actually like understand that.
Yeah.
Facts.
Right?
Yeah. And for the most part, like, there's times where something will happen and I'm very just like, bitch, I'm pissed, and I just leave it at that. Yeah. But like with her, I know I have to expand on it, because she'll be like, oh, you're pissed at me. Yeah. I'm like, no, it's not you. It's just like the surrounding area. Like yesterday with the traffic, I was just so fed up with just the traffic, and I was like, it's bringing down my mood, whatever. And that's why I was like, just keep going.
But I shut my ass up real quick, because, you know, he told me why. You know, like, but I mean, I didn't think anything too crazy, but yeah, we were on the drive. It was so much traffic yesterday, by the way. But yeah, I mean, he explained himself, so I mean, I didn't really have to, because I dig deep, so I ask questions to understand. But that's how I live life. I just want to understand you. If I don't understand you, then I'm like, okay, what's going on? Yeah.
So in regards to for Percy, you probably being a little bit more confrontational, actually like standing up for yourself whenever you guys go out and you feel like someone is not necessarily taken advantage of, but you know, kind of trying you. Do you feel like you're teaching Chen, like, hey, there's sometimes like you have to have a boundary with people, because if they don't, they walk all over you, right? And being that Chen, you're so sweet, you have a lovable face. I think you can be easily taken advantage of, because you're so like mellow. Like sometimes that would probably upset me too, because I don't like when people are being taken advantage of, because they're so nice and they're so kind, and people feel like they could walk over them. So I think the reason why you guys balance each other so well is, you know, Percy's there to be that fucking brick wall.
And that is facts. I mean, we had someone check me, and he shut it down real quick. But you know what?
Check you how?
Tried to check her. Real quick.
Literally.
I said, we're not doing that.
Say any names, but you could.
You can explain the story.
Yeah,
you can explain it.
No, it was. Oh my god, how do I explain it? It was a messy situation.
It's still being brought up to this day. Basically,
it's still being brought up to this day.
I mean, it is, if I'm not lying.
Yeah.
Because apparently people don't like me, which is fine. But
there's no way.
So we were out in Seaside one day. I'm not gonna be like real specific.
It's becoming a little bit way too popular for me.
Yes.
Facts.
Like, go ahead. We were in Okinawa. And I don't remember how I picked up on the conversation, but all I hear is this last tidbit of like something that Chan was dealing with, right? And it was kind of traumatic for her. And I don't know if the girl was trying to be funny, but I could definitely tell there was a little like malicious intent behind it.
You could feel it.
Yeah.
I mean, her words even was like, she was full blown like just attacking.
It's not in the mind. It's in the it's so crazy how you feel it. Like gut,
and I was just like, oh nah. So I walk up at the tail end of her speaking, because
she want to do it in front of everybody. And one thing about me is and because of my trauma, I am not cool with that.
Make a scene.
If you make a scene with me in it, that brings back a lot of bad things for me.
Okay.
And like for me, that's very quick to like. Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah. But it was just very ugly, right? So I walk up at the tail end, and Chen actually, she stuck up for herself very well. I mean, like, shut the conversation down, but me, I kept it going, because I was like, you're not finna think that was okay to say to my friend at all. I didn't say that specifically, but you know, words were a little nasty. But like,
what she said, if you don't mind me asking?
It was basically something had happened to me because I was talking to someone.
Yeah.
And she thought she knew the full story because, you know.
Because everybody's in everybody else's business.
Yeah, people just love to think that they know everything.
It's so crazy.
It's so annoying.
And
crazy.
I'm cool if you like actually know the facts, but if you don't, get the fuck out of my face.
Yeah,
so
literally.
She came up acting almighty and like she knew what the fuck was up and was trying to make it seem like in the situation I was at fault and I did it intentionally.
Yeah.
And that's where you get me because I'm a genuine person, and if you know me, which she didn't, you would know that I would never ever want that like ever in my circle. So that was really the problem. She acted like she knew the situation, popped off in front of all her friends and then everyone around.
And me. Thinking that was okay.
And then with him being there.
That just made it worse.
And but yeah, she really made it seem like I was a bad person in that situation. And I don't like my character being thrown around like that. Yeah. Again, if you don't know me, you don't know me. Don't act like you do. So that's where you already fucked up. But that, like, what leading to what you were saying, right? P, I feel like me hanging out with him, he has taught me, like, I don't like to escalate sometimes to the level that he goes to. Yeah. But he has taught me a lot to stand up for myself, and I think that was a great example because I even told him I was surprised.
I was shook
because I opened my mouth up real quick and I defended myself real quick, but it wasn't even in the defense of like insecurity. I knew what the fuck I was about, and I knew what I was talking about, and I knew the facts of the situation. So I shut her ass down real quick with facts, and that's one way to get a bitch to shut up. Yeah, provide facts on the table. You can't say shit to that because you don't know shit.
And I think when she realized,
really proud of, like, she realized real quick.
I think when she realized who she was like not messing with, but like who she was dealing with. Because me, right? I know a lot of people, and like not saying like that plays a factor in it, but like everyone around me could tell that I was riled up because of what happened to her. Yeah. So I think people started to get turned off or turned off by her.
Yeah, I want the viewers to have some context though. So I get it. You guys are on top of it, but like, what's the context of? She didn't know all the facts of the situation. What was she saying in regards to I guess shame Shen's name or her reputation?
It was more so along the lines of, "Oh, you're the girl who fucked up my friend's life."
Yeah.
Along those lines,
that's a good way to say it. Yeah.
That's a huge insult though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, in the sense of,
but it was like, it was the way it was worded and the way it just kept going.
But she kept going with it too. She kept running with it. So, cause she was claiming like, "Oh, that's my friend. You doing that shit was wrong. Da da da. You could have done this. XYZ." Acting like she was there again. Like, girl, as if I had the option to. But she was just real bold with it for real.
I don't get that. How are you so powerful to mess up somebody else's life? What do you?
I think this goes back to people don't know how to take accountability for their own actions. But with the career field that I have, it just happens to be in a law enforcement career. Yes. And with that being said, there's a lot of things, procedures that I have to do and go by because it is my job. Right, to pursue. Yeah. You know what I mean? Exactly. Yeah. So, I mean, boohoo, you're responsible for what you do. Just like I'm responsible for me. But a lot of people don't like to check themselves. Yeah. They're really quick to check everybody else but themselves.
Yeah, well, Percy's there to check you. So don't fuck around.
Now, check that.
But you know what's so crazy?
Check that.
Like, I'm not... like, it takes a lot to make me mad.
I believe it. A
lot. And, like, when I'm mad, I'm pissed. And, like, it does not go away. So, like... whenever things like that happen, I hate to come off that way because I don't ever want to come off as like this. Because one, I'm big as fuck. Two, I'm black. Three, like once I start, it's really hard to just stop. Yeah. So I hate coming off like that.
Yeah. You don't want to be the mean black person, right?
Yes. Yes. And also, I'm not a fighter. Like I'm not a fighter at all. Like. Not at all. So whenever I'm put in those situations, like I'm just like, ugh, again, like really, here we go. Yeah. So just very random, so random.
Well, I'm glad you guys came out of it. I don't want to trigger you anymore, because obviously you could tell you were very emotional in regards to like the situation that happened, right? Like you have to like let it be known, like this bitch didn't know what the fuck she was talking about.
Yeah, right? I mean, like I said, when I talk, I'm just very passionate, but I don't hate the girl. Yeah. Like if I see her, But okay, again, this is how we're different, right? This is how we're different. No. This is how it's different, right? Because with him, you fuck up once, you're done. With me, just the person that I am, you can fuck up, but like I'm down to meet at a middle ground. Like I don't want to be your friend, for example, for her, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to be your friend. I don't want to talk to her. Yeah. I don't want her around me at all. But if I see her, I don't have malicious intent. I don't have any evil in me, right? It's just, hey, and whatever.
Yeah,
and keep walking. Like that's me. Yeah. Him, girl, he don't want to say. Me. He's not gonna say. Around me. He don't want to breathe your air.
Nope.
He don't want to talk.
Don't be around me.
He don't want any part of what you got going on.
I'm leaving.
Yeah. So that's the big difference, right? So like afterwards, she tried to make it her peace, but I told her straight up. I was like, look, regardless of the situation, I appreciate you saying sorry. Yeah. I appreciate you, whatever. But like I don't fuck with you like that. Yeah. I don't want to be near you like that. But I don't have anything against you, right? Yeah. You continue to do what you're doing, and that's it. So that's what I'm gonna keep it at, and that's what I continue to keep it at.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I don't want to spend too much time on it too.
Yeah.
Percy did bring up a good point to me too that I totally agree with, man. I don't know if it's because the island is so small, but like everyone is in everyone's business.
So annoying,
man.
So annoying.
And like I'd be so oblivious to the stuff. Like people would be coming to me like, this and this, like what's going on with you? I'm like that's not accurate at all. But like where are you even getting?
Yeah, where did you get this information from? Yeah.
And it's like, oh, I heard it from this, but I'm like what is up with?
I know.
What is that?
Like. Me, I'm very like I'm gonna mind my own business until something's brought up that involves me, right?
Yeah.
Or her, or when Doja was here, him too, right? Because those two were like my main ones.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know how it's so easy for people to care about what someone else has going on.
It's the weirdest thing to me. It really is.
And it might be like the city boy in me, right? Because in the city, like everybody knows everything, but at the same time, you still mind your own business.
Yeah.
And that's the philosophy I feel like everybody should live by, but that's just me. But in the same sense, like, why do you care so much? Like, what does it matter to you? Like, it's not paying your bills. It's not paying my bills. So clearly, I don't care. And like, some people like bring up something to me that they think I should already know about, right? And I'm just like, I didn't even know that was happening.
Or they want you to like elaborate on because they think that you have the information.
Yeah.
But then you're like, no, I don't.
And like, to be for real, like I don't even care like about what's going on. Like that goes back into the like, you tell me something, more than likely I don't care. I'm gonna forget it. Especially if it has something to do with somebody else, not you. Like,
and one thing too, though, I feel me and P, I don't think we really attract people with drama like that. So, like the people in our circle and stuff, like I think that was the one time I really had drama. That was really it, and I let that person go. Right?
I don't even consider it drama. I just consider like someone was probably just speaking out of just necessarily didn't have all the information.
No,
facts. It was unfortunate.
Yeah, it was just unfortunate, but for sure, like me and P really don't gravitate. We don't really have this stuff.
With that,
yeah,
right? Because you wouldn't be on this podcast if you did.
Yeah,
like, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to associate myself with people that create drama or necessarily.
That shit's just old, bro. Like that shit's high school. Like we're grown. Like,
we're adults.
And girl, let's talk it out. Like you feel some type of way, let's have a conversation. And it doesn't have to be bad either. But if you feel negative or something, like, and I'll tell you what's up. Like let's just talk. Yeah. People are just not used to talking. They're really quick to just escalate everything. But is that how you feel? Like you feel your circle is really tight knit? It's not really drama related.
Me, so my thing is I'm really cool with a lot of people, and I love being cool with a bunch of people. I don't really have a circle, man. A lot of my friends, like I've been here for a decade, so a lot of my friends like gone and left.
Gotcha.
I kind of like meet new people like you guys, and like I feel their vibes, and then it's like, okay, well, we could hang out once or twice, so like I meet you guys out there and we hang out, we have drinks, and like that's kind of like it, right?
Yeah.
I don't necessarily have like a circle. I have a best friend, and I tend to have best friends over the years.
For sure.
Comes by, but it's normally only like one person, Mm-hmm. I don't know if that's like sad or anything.
No, I don't think it's
kind of like what it is.
I think that's how we are too. Like, I know a lot of people, and she can attest to it. Like, anytime I go out, like I'm always saying hi to somebody, talking to somebody, and she hates it, right? Yeah. But like, I have best friends. Like my friends that were just here, we've been friends since high school. Yeah. And then my friends back in Minot, or my best friend I met in Minot, like, or in North Dakota, we literally like still talk to this day, like every single day on the day. Because that's just how close we are. And then when I leave here, I would still talk to her all the time.
Yeah.
If she texts back, because her phone stay on D&D. But
it does stay on D&D. Oh my god.
If she ever texts back,
girl, I always text you back. Shut up.
There's still I keep those relationships so close to me because I value friendship so much.
Yeah.
I feel like I value friendships more than an intimate relationship, honestly.
Ooh, look at you saying that. Look, he opened the door. Ask him a question on that. Ask him a question. He opened the door. He opened the door. Yeah.
No,
something.
That's the door wide open. No, that's the door wide open. He'd be vulnerable a little bit. Go ahead.
What's the question that you've probably had for Percy that you just haven't been able to ask him yet?
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
Okay, wait.
She has a book.
No, wait. In the spot.
Ask me, I'll tell you.
No, because I actually.
I'll open it right now.
Well, he just opened up a door in regards to
Well, the friendship over relationship. Okay, I guess I would say, do you feel like that because nothing against your relationships that you have had, but I feel like it's been limited a little bit. So would you say that your perspective on friendships having more value being because of that?
No, it's because when I was growing up, I didn't really have friends. So I value it so much now. Well, let me not say I didn't have friends. Let me not say that.
Percy, I don't want to be rude, but you gotta let me know, what would you rather address you? Would you want me to say she or he?
He, she, they, it don't matter.
Okay. Yeah, something about us we do not. Girl, call me a pencil. Child, call me a buggy pencil. We don't give a fuck. Yeah.
I don't want to be rude.
No, I appreciate it.
I want you to be 100% comfortable, right?
No, I appreciate it.
So because you didn't grow up having friends, that's why you value friendship way more.
Yeah, the friendships I had growing up were so faux and so fake. So
they were really genuine.
How do you say faux?
But
why do you say faux?
Because it just wasn't genuine. It wasn't real.
Authentic relationships.
Slang though, but pho is food. Vietnamese.
No. Pho, how people
are FOE? Is it?
No, FAUX.
Oh.
Yeah.
Granat acid.
FAUX. That's. Yeah. I thought it was Fox.
Yeah. Wait, you know what? This is exactly why.
No, so pho, right? People will buy faux jewelry or fake.
Okay.
Okay. And I don't know, the friendships that I had, they just never really went anywhere. And plus, a lot of it contributes to I moved a lot as a child. I moved from New York back to Jersey, literally back to New York, and then down to Louisiana, and then back to Jersey. So I've been all over, right?
Yeah.
But even then, people were very not malicious, but just very nasty to me because I'm obviously gay. But especially in the city, that was not.
It was more they would act like your friend, but then behind your back, they were talking mad shit on
funny.
you.
It was funny to be Percy's friend, if that makes sense.
Oh, pook pook.
Oh no, girl, I'm fine now.
He's got good people now, so we ain't gotta worry about that.
Yeah. I think we talked about it on the last podcast too, Jason. Man, human beings could be such scumbags.
Yeah.
Scumbags.
Oh my god, yeah.
Even especially New Yorkers.
Friday night, on Gate 2, I witnessed something that really made me want to I really wanted to fuck this kid up.
Yeah.
Really bad. But it was just it's not worth it.
It's not. I'm so glad you think that way.
I got a good paying job. It's what am I going to gain by fucking this dude up?
Yeah.
Plus he's drunk. So it's just I witnessed someone being mad homophobic on Friday. And I was just bro, that's not the move.
Yeah.
You're just a scumbag human being. And I just wanted to drop him on his fucking head. But it was just I'm not going to gain anything from it.
Yeah.
Which kind of bothers me a lot because it's because I have so much to lose, I really don't act the way I genuinely want to act. I really want to just smack a bunch of people sometimes.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But because I have so much to lose, it's I can't.
I feel that. I feel that.
I can't do that. It's if I was financially secure, it's I'd have probably, I'd have been left the island a long time ago.
Yeah, you can do whatever the hell you want.
Yeah.
No, I think I encountered the same shit. I think I told you when we were walking. There was some, homophobic.
Oh yeah, what do you call me?
Can I say the word?
Yeah.
I think he was yelling out faggot and shit like that.
Yeah.
While we were walking past. Well, we were walking past these random dudes.
Yeah.
And they were just yo, faggots.
Where at?
I get to.
It was probably maybe because
So here's the thing. I probably in that situation being around you guys and witnessing that I had to check him, but because I didn't know the couple that was just being a couple out and that dude saying that, but why?
Yeah,
why? Go ahead.
Sorry.
Oh, no, I was gonna say my perspective on it, right? I don't like giving people the attention that they want. People will do anything, whether it's saying faggot out loud to try to get attention to something. Like, for me, you're not worth shit.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna make you anything more than that.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna put yourself as shit. Child, here's the platter. You're the shit on the platter, and you can continue to be that, and I'm not gonna feed into that. The only thing, I think the only time, and this is the boundaries I set for myself, right? The only, like, if you physically touch me or anyone, that's when it's like, now I'm not gonna like let you do what you, like, I'm gonna check you a little bit in a way again. And I don't like to escalate it, right? You push me, I'm gonna create some space and I'm gonna check you, like, dude, like, chill out, stop. Because my last job, I dealt with a lot of fights, and a lot of people like to be confident, and again, fighting is just, I don't care. It's not me. But at the same time, people, like, I don't know, it's really hard. It's not that you're letting the person win, but karma is a bitch.
Hell yeah.
And I say this all the time. Stop feeding into people's negative energies. They want shit out of you. You are way too good for that. Yeah. If there's shit on a platter, let them be a shit on a platter, and that's what karma's gonna give them. Yeah. Shit on a platter every fucking time. And that's what it is. So he said it and I let them know. But again, you put hands on us, that's different. Now we have to do something about it because you put hands. Yeah. But if you want to be all talk, girl, be all talk, because you're really not shit. That's why you just talking, and that's why you're lip smacking. That's it. Yeah.
It's gotten to a point where, like, people say that to me now. I'm like, I love it, because, like,
what is that
gonna do to me at this point? Like,
I'm like, if anything, you got attention. If anything, you got the spotlight, because their feed, like, I love attention, and he loves attention too. So, child, you can say what you want, but I know I'm popping, and I know we're out here in the streets right now, looking bad as fuck, cute as fuck. Yeah. Come in what you want. I'm glad your eyes are on me right now, and you're like, out of everyone, it's on me. So love it.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
It took a lot to get to that point, though, like, to be like,
I bet,
like, oh, now, because 10 years ago, you said that to me. Yeah. I literally have been kicked out of school for that word, like, literally. Yeah. So you would have said that to me then. Mm-hmm. Oh, hell would have broke loose. But now I'm just like, all right, whatever.
Yeah, well, I have to confess then, because I've used that word previously before it became, like, very negative, right? But I'd never use it with malicious intent, or the intention is to insult somebody that's actually gay too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I never do that, right? I even hate it to this day. But, like, amongst my friends and stuff like that, I've used it before.
Yeah.
Like, funny.
Yeah,
like, it used to be, like, honestly one of my favorite words to use, just because, like, it rolls off the tongue. But I'd never insult someone that's actually gay and be like, oh, you're this. You know what I mean? I'd never do that. That's why I feel like you draw the line. But, like, I had to confess that, like, because
no, and I'm really glad that you did. We give words power.
Yeah.
And I'm a very firm believer in it, right? So, like, you saying, I don't know, words, like, they're words. So unfortunately they do matter to me, because I am words of affirmation. But again, it's the delivery of your words, right? So like you were saying with, like, your people, whatever, you give words power. Like, if you're with your people saying whatever, cool. I really do not care. But if the intent of that person, I knew what his intent was, because he looked directly at us and was being a bitch about it. Yeah. Right? That's the problem, right? Like, if you just said that word, I'm like, okay, child, but you can. But he was trying to, like, get a reaction. He was trying to get something out of it, and that's the problem. But if I'm being realistic, and this is me being honest with myself, I don't know the definitions for a lot of words that are being used. Yeah. And we put so much power into these words that are being used. And for me, because of that, I'm not going to sit here and be that person that's annoying, like, checking everyone when they say a word. Like, I don't know shit, and I'm not going to act like I do, and I know everything. So if your delivery, though, is negative and it's coming off like that, then that's the big difference in the word and the power of it. Yeah. But
well, let me give you guys your flowers now, man. I think it takes an incredible human being to be able to be insulted like that from people that are scumbags. You guys are fucking scumbags.
Facts.
Right? Straight trash. And to have the demeanor of, like, well, this empowers me because now it's the spotlight's on me. Yeah. Right? And not react the way that they actually want you to react. Right? Because Percy, you've already stated it before. It's like, you know, it took me a long time to come this way because, one, I'm gay, one, I'm black. Yeah. Right? And it's like, I'll give you guys your flowers right now, man. That's an incredible job, because I'm quick to throw hands.
I can see it, bro. Hey, I would not want to fuck with you, bro. I'd be scared.
I'm quick to throw
I love
hands,
that,
man.
I love people. I love being around people that are quick to throw hands.
Yeah, just because like at the end of the day, like no one should tolerate disrespect.
Deadass.
No one should, because disrespect is only meant to do one thing, and it's to dehumanize you, demean you, make you less than human.
Yeah,
and it's like no one should be allowed to have to put up with that. So I commend you guys, man.
Thank you.
I think that's really beautiful, and you guys are doing a great job into not empowering those people. But I really don't want to hang around you guys on Gate 2 Street, and that has to happen because like.
It's okay. I'm always a person. Like if anyone's getting riled up, I'm like, excuse me. I'm like, let's go. Like I'm really quick to shut it down because. I know how people get, but I'm used to this shit. I'm like, but I have to remind, Pia and people sometimes. I'm like, Queen, we're having a good time. We're bobbing.
Yeah. Let's go. Talked about it, It's like, man, parents need to do a better job of raising human beings. Cause the human beings that are being raised today, man, have no respect, lack everything, lack
it's
empathy,
really bad.
sympathy, and it's like they're just trash human beings, man.
Yeah.
It's just like. Me having a daughter growing up in this world now too, I'm just trying to be able to make sure that she's protected.
It's hard, having your daughter, right? Yeah,
having a girl like
that's scary, especially.
It is scary, man.
Yeah,
it is scary. So that's just some of the things that like I think about in being a dad, and I think more people should too, right?
Yeah. I wanna. That's why like I'm like on the fence about if I even want kids now, because I used to say like recently I was like, girl, I want my kid next year, like
girl, you said that last week.
Don't play, y'all. I do, like I really do want a kid so bad. I don't, the journey to get one as a gay man, I don't want to go through it, but I feel like it'd be worth it, right? But
do you feel like you'd be a great parent?
I do, yeah.
Then if you feel like you'd be a great parent, then do it, right? Because that's what we need. We need more great parents.
Yeah.
I think you learn the most when you have a child, though. Can you relate to that?
I think I'm definitely learning a lot.
That's what I'm saying. You go through a lot. I mean, in life you do, but I mean, starting like a newborn, right, and raising them up and trying to teach them the ways and like provide for them. I think
that's hard.
It's a lot. I mean, you have a relationship. That's a whole new relationship with someone. And in a way, not necessarily force. I'm not sure if I'm using the right word, but like it's your child. Yeah. So it's not something that you should just be like you can't just walk away from that, That's a committed. And that's the sad part. Like it's
weird.
But it's sad, and that's the problem. Like it's something like that. It takes commitment and it takes a lot of sacrifice. Yeah. And I give props to my parents, anybody who's ever had kids, to you, man. Like that shit is hard.
Thank you.
So flowers to you, man.
Yeah, flowers to you.
Thank you.
Especially in this generation, you're just trying to do the right thing, and you're learning yourself, right? So you're not going to be perfect, trying to be the perfect father for your child. Yeah. And your daughter, when she gets older, may not realize that, but as they get older, they will, right? You're learning, and so you're not gonna have everything. There's no book. There's guidance, like, hey, or suggestions on what you can do. Yeah. But everyone is different. The world is different, like backgrounds, everything. So, but it's being open to that change, and you're constantly changing for your daughter.
Thank you. We talked a little bit about that too, off like before Shin showed up. Yeah. You were saying like you want kids, or you want a kid.
I want a kid. Just one kid. And I know it's gonna be a lonely life for them. I really do, or for them. But you got me. I'm more than enough. So I'm a kid. No. So I have two brothers, and they're both younger than me, so I don't see myself having any like. What is it called? Like, they're not cousins. What are they called? Like
nephews,
nieces or nephews. No time soon, right? So, I want to give my parents a grandchild, right? Yeah. But also in the same sense, like I do, but I don't. I don't know. It's so weird.
Little peas running around.
Yeah. Ultimately, it'd be nice, but also I don't want to be nobody.
Do you know how you want to go about it though with having a kid?
I would more than likely do surrogacy. Because I want the child to have like
genes.
Yeah, my genes.
And your personality.
Because I have great genes. Let me tell you. The only one that sucks is that I'm allergic to peanuts and seafood. So
literally peanuts and seafood.
I made a joke on that. Like,
did you?
Podcast. Yeah. It was probably off the podcast. It was like on the podcast. I can't remember, but I did make a joke. I was like, yeah, I wanted, because we were talking. I was like, yeah, I want another kid, and I was like, I don't know what it is, but I talked about that too. I was like, I probably want surrogacy.
Yeah.
I was like, I got great genes. Like, I don't have like, you know, my genes aren't weak. Like, my kids aren't allergic to like nuts.
me and my brothers, we're all.
You can't take them to a Thai restaurant at all because that's all they use.
Yeah.
Peanuts, fucking
Like,
seafood. And
I'll die instantly. But me and my brothers, it's so weird because my parents aren't like, they're not allergic to peanuts or shellfish or anything.
Fact, right? They think that it's not a fact. It's more correlation. Doesn't necessarily cause causation, but there's a link somewhere, right? And what they think is whenever plastics got introduced into the U.S., whenever it was, right? They think phthalates is the main cause of why like kids growing up have all these allergies as well as have a taint. There's a bunch of science behind of it, but plastics I think is the number one reason, specifically phthalates in regards to allergies and stuff like that. If you go back past before a certain time, probably like the 60s, before plastics were introduced, like you never ran into like people being allergic to nuts, being allergic to just anything, right? You know, it was kind of rare to be allergic to stuff like chocolate, cheese and stuff like that. After plastic was introduced and it started to become like in a household every day. Then
that's really interesting.
That's so interesting. Yeah.
But I believe it. I mean, everything that's made or used nowadays always has
something, some side effect.
And all our DNAs and, you know, genetics, everything is also different. So it's going to all hit us differently, which is insane.
Surrogacy would probably be my way.
Yeah. Okay, that was curious too, because like having your genes is huge.
Yes.
Right? Because I look at my daughter like, damn, my daughter's fucking my twin.
That's so
like
cute.
That's so cute.
She acts like me. It's the craziest thing.
If I have a kid that acts like me, I don't know what I'm gonna do then.
I would run. I'd be so scared.
You're gonna love it because you're gonna be like, you're so mean. Right?
But you know what's crazy though? Like, so I've been saying I want my kid now.
Next year,
if not by next year.
If you don't mind me, how old are you?
I'm 24.
Oh, it's good age.
So like,
you Chen, how old are you?
I'm 25.
30. Oh, okay.
You tried it.
So I want to be 40 with a 15-year-old. That way, when I'm 45, they at my house, and I can still, because 40 is young. You know what I mean? Like, you can still, like, that's like, I feel like 40 is your prime. So like, look at Kim Kardashian. She has.
I think 30s is her prime, but you know what? Now check that.
30s is great. 30s is, how old are you?
I'm 28.
28.
Almost, dude. 30s is the
40.
new 20s is what people are saying.
Don't do that to me.
What? That's what dude, 20s is just so fucked up, right?
You want to put me 30s already? Don't do that to me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, you don't like the age? You don't like the idea of it, or?
I think it's a existentialism type of thing, right? Like, no one wants to agree that their time clock is like, you know, coming closer in the sense of like
I see what you mean. I'm sorry.
Right?
I see.
Yeah.
Once you start thinking like above 25, you start to think like, damn, like I'm about to be 30. And
dude, I keep thinking I'm like 23 still. I'm like, damn. I'm older than his ass. Are you serious? Look at him and then look at me and then look at him again. Yeah. And look at me again.
You guys are more beautiful. 24 is great age. 25.
I love 24 right now. Yeah, like, I feel like this is the happy. Why are you holding my hand?
Sure, pook pook.
The happiest. I'm just like happy. That's all. But like, what would you say like is your best age thus far?
Oh yeah.
Probably this age. 28.
Okay.
Yeah. You see, as you get old, it's just like you figure out life more. You figure yourself out more.
Yeah, it gets better with time.
Yeah, and I just you're just finding yourself.
What about you? When you were like 40?
So you want to do that?
No, I'm just kidding. What's your best age?
I would say now.
Is it because of me?
Yeah. I don't know. I think I'm just a lot more confident with who I am. Like, I'm really finding myself. I just used to be so insecure and so lost, and in a way I'm still lost about like what I'm doing, you know, but like I said, we're all trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
But in regards to physical, this is like the happiest I've been with my body, and I love the people I'm attracting, that I keep close, the friendships that I have. I love the freedom of being older, doing the being able to do and go out whenever I want, do these cool things, travel. There's independence that I have. The list goes on, but I'm just really happy to be where I am today. But it took a lot of work to get here, and I just cannot wait. Like, I know you're not really too excited, but for me, or for the 30s, you know, but for me, I'm excited because if I'm figuring out life the way that I am now, and it's a gradual thing, I can't wait to see what my 30s is going to be like. And I'm going to look somewhat a little bit older because Asians look younger. I want to look a little bit older, more of my age. And yeah, so I would say no.
Yeah, I'm excited for just like what's coming, like because all the stuff that I want to do in life and putting on like what I was telling you earlier, like DJing and producing music, like that really just it just excites me. Like I'm so excited.
Yeah, you just gotta start.
Yeah. Trust me, we're starting very soon here because
I'm trying to be a feature.
Once I get this controller, the DJing controller, I feel like I'm so invested in it right now because I just came back from Tokyo and I met 2 DJs and like saw my favorite artists, and I went to all these festivals and concerts, and like live music is the key to my heart, right? So I feel like once I kick off this whole like journey on learning, like I'm gonna be so invested in it. So I'm excited.
Yeah, well, that's beautiful. I'm rooting for you, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Please be out there creating, and you know, if you find yourself spending a little bit too much time partying, like it's okay to like take it back and like spend a weekend inside and just create.
Yes.
You know, lock yourself in, go like take a page out of Chen's book and go on D&D, and you know what I mean.
Yes.
And facts, I live on that.
Yeah, she does.
I don't like to be bothered.
And then Chen, are you mixed with, because you mentioned earlier like Hispanic background, and then just now you mentioned Asian. Are you both? Are you?
Yeah, I'm Chinese and Cuban.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
her kids are gonna be adorable.
Yeah, that's such an interesting, culture mix right there.
I appreciate it, man.
Chinese and Cuban.
Yeah, it's a weird mix. So my dad is Chinese and my mom is Cuban.
Yeah, that's normally how it goes, right?
Yeah.
That's normally how it goes.
So I'm really, really blessed. Like, I have a fun fact. I have a twin sister. We're fraternal though, so we don't look alike.
Fraternal. What does that mean?
It just means we don't look alike. So like you have to. Isn't it like
identical?
Yeah, identical. They look like the same.
And then
but yeah, she looks Hispanic, and you can ask me like I can show you after, but she's definitely got the Hispanic going on, and I have more of the Asian. Like,
so crazy. Yeah. Because that could have been Chan with the hips and ass.
Child, the chest, the titties. Oh my God. I would have been so scared. I don't want that, you know? I'm kind of happy with, I wish I had more of an ass.
Yeah.
Like just a little bit. I'm not asking for a lot, just a little bit, but I don't.
That you could grow that.
That is true. You know what?
Yeah, I've told her this before.
Yeah, no, it's just I gotta just put in the work, but it's not a priority for me. Like I love myself. I love physically how I look. I think I'm really more into my style. I've been trying out different looks, and I'm really proud of. my styles and looks so far, and my hair. I've been doing a lot of crazy shit with my hair. And that's been a whole journey within its own.
It looks great.
Thanks. I mean, it's a mess right now.
It looks cute today.
But thanks, sisters.
Yeah.
But it's a big confidence though, because I used to have really, really, really long hair, and so cutting off was like a new everything. I came here, I was like, let me just start over, and so being able to appreciate myself in all different versions is beautiful. And I absolutely, because I want to love myself unconditionally. I don't want to love myself conditionally, like, oh, I love myself when I had this hair or when I look like this. And no, I want to love myself always, regardless, no matter what. And that's what kind of led to, I have armpit hair and stuff and my leg hairs. But that's kind of what led to that too. I used to be so insecure, like if I didn't shave my armpits or if I had like little pricklies on my legs, I'd be like, oh my God, don't look at my legs. Like, girl, shut the fuck up. Like, it's natural. It grows on you. And now I don't, like, I'm just so proud of myself. I walk out, I don't give a fuck. I love it. I'm a little ashy, but I don't know, like, it's just natural. It grows on you naturally. Yeah. So, I mean, I guess it's nice, we're privileged to be able to have a shaver, you know, to shave or leg, whatever. But I guess it brings the more mask out of me because I like to be in the middle a little bit. I have my little girly moments. I talk a little girly. Yeah. I'm a female at the end of the day.
Yeah. But I was listening to you guys' podcast too, and I think we're coming up probably on like an hour and 50 minutes. At this point, like I kind of like feel it. Like, I don't necessarily like need a timer.
Yeah.
Right? And I don't want to take up too much of you guys' time, but I definitely want to do this again because I feel like there's a lot left on the table that we can like, actually like dive into
and expand on.
Right? And expand on. But I was listening to you guys' podcast too, and I think you and Percy brought that up too in regards to somewhere you guys went, and then you were like, I don't want to. I tried not to necessarily be like you gotta let me know, like, what is it, the proper term? Is it just stud?
You know what? I don't even know myself. Like I said, I don't know the definitions for a lot of words.
Percy, what's the proper term? Like,
I wouldn't for her.
No, not for her. Well, she was saying that she didn't want to be a stud. She's like, it's like, why is it that like,
or like a label, I guess.
Like, why is it that I'm here and like I'm surrounded by the studs? Like, I just kind of want to be like in the middle. Yes, I don't want to be like you.
Yes, I do. Yes.
I think she was talking about when we went to that bar and you were around all those girls that they literally all looked alike.
Yeah.
And Chan was like, "Do I look like that?" And I was like, "Girl, no, don't start."
They were all studs.
Is that what you would call them, or were they?
They were like a step below a stud, if that makes sense. They were like, I feel like stud, you're like way more like on the manlier side or like the masculine side. Yeah. But they still have feminine qualities, but they were very, headstrong on the masculine.
So maybe I was just in denial. Who knows? But
you want to be more in the middle.
I just want to. I don't know. I just want to be me. Like, I think labels are great because it helps explain things to people, right? That's why we have these words that are created. But I think people, I don't know, they're like, a lot of times you'll hear, oh, why is a girl with a girl that looks like a guy or dresses like a guy? You know what I mean? It's stuff like that that I don't like,
Doesn't matter.
Regardless, I think, I mean, you're attracted to what you're attracted to. Yeah. But I just, I guess I'm not a big fan of the labels. Like, I just want to be who I am. And that's it. But
okay. So that being said, coming up probably like an hour, 12 minutes, something around there.
We made it.
We're gonna go ahead and finish this, but before we finish this, like we always do, right? I want Percy and Chen to leave you guys with something that's kind of stuck with them throughout the years, or just something that's heartfelt. So whoever wants to start first, that's up to you. You just make sure you look the cameras in the eye, and
you go first.
Percy.
Me? No, you. Me?
No, you go. I want to go last.
I guess all I can really say is enjoy the present moment life that you're in right now and make the most of it. A lot of your journey in life is going to be based off your perception and how you view life. Life is not going to always be figured out, and you're going to go through trials and tribulations, but there's always going to be good, right? It's just what you do with it. So don't be afraid to take the jump, the leaps, whatever you need to do. Take your sacrifices, do what you need to do. But life is all about experiencing. So please experience the most that you can. Yeah.
You're so cute.
Oh, thanks, Queen.
Beautiful.
Like a little bit, just a little bit.
Thank you. Go ahead, Boogie.
I'm gonna just leave y'all with what my dad always tells me. Pain is temporary and pride is forever. So whatever you're going through, if you're going through something, just know there's a rainbow on the other side. And then for the people that are listening, thank you for listening.
Thank you. He's a real one, man.
Look, my Cash App.
Myself. Yo, Mac's a real one, man, for real.
Yes, you are literally the best. Like, I feel like I've learned so much about you just sitting here next to you. Like,
doing this podcast.
Which is so beautiful.
Appreciate them, man. Make sure you guys play your podcast too. It's Me and My Homegirl.
Appreciate
Me and My Homegirl season 3 is starting.
Season 3 is starting. Today. Yeah, it will today.
And Chen. Make sure you guys go check it out. It's on Spotify, only place.
Spotify, just Spotify for right now.
And I think we talked about you guys probably doing a video, adding a video element to it.
Yes.
Start posting to YouTube too.
Yes.
Please do.
Oh, for sure.
Try to stay consistent, man. Try to just create.
Yes.
Right? It only takes like an hour and a half out of you guys this day.
Facts.
And it's so much fun.
Setting up takes a little bit longer.
Yeah, this man's setup is real, man. We got the live, we got the camera, the mic on the camera. We got a lot going on.
Yeah, but that's it. Until next time, man. Thank you guys so much.
Until next time.
For coming on the podcast, bro.
Until next time.
Much love. Right.
Till next time, bro.
Yeah, because I'm gonna have you guys on again.
Facts. See you guys.